So good morning, we're going over chapter 4, section 6, which is going to be completing the square. So this is a slide I just added so we can go through the steps of how we complete the square. Now, you usually have seen quadratic equations in this form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Now, for completing the square, you're going to put it in a different form. All you're going to do is make sure that the c is on the other side. So it's going to be ax squared plus bx equals to c. Now, the first step, you want to make sure that your a is equal to 1. If it's not equal to 1, please divide everything by a. So you're left with the equation x squared plus bx equals to c. We're going to go over how to do that, every single step, going step by step. Now, after we make sure that the a is 1, the second step is to write the quadratic into this form. We just did. The third step is to add a b over 2 squared to both sides. So it would be x squared plus bx plus b over 2 squared equals c plus b over 2 squared. Step number 4 would be to factor left side. Let me do that in red so it's coherent with everything else. So it would be to factor left side into a perfect square. So that's where you would do the factoring that we already have done. And it's always going to be x plus b over 2 squared equals, now the right side is the same, c over b over 2 squared. And then from here on out, the fifth step, it would be to just square root both sides and solve. So it would look like this. You take the square root of both sides. So it would end up being x plus b over 2 equals plus or minus the square root of whatever c plus b over 2 squared is. Now, obviously here we can't solve because it's all letters, but that's the process of completing the square. We're going to take it one step at a time in the next couple of examples so you guys can start getting the hang of it. I'm going to write up here that this is standard form so you guys have it. And this is the form you want it for completing the square. So depending if you're going to factor or complete the square, you would set the equation up differently. Now guys, for this problem, there's no b. So the first thing you're going to do is just subtract 10. And then you're going to end up dividing by 4. You're going to get x squared is equal to 9. You take the square root and you get x is equal to plus or minus 3. Here I'm going to add 5. So I end up with 3x squared is equal to 30. I'll divide by 3 first and get x squared is equal to 10. I'll take the square root and I'm left with x is equal to plus or minus root 10. Now I'll give you an intro of completing the square. That comes a little bit later down the road for this slide. I just wanted to give you the intro before we started it so you guys have the notes on how to solve it. Now here they just want us to solve the equation. This equation only has one x. So I'm going to go ahead and just rewrite it down here. I'll divide it by 2. So x squared is equal. So 72 divided by 2 is going to equal 36, I believe. Yeah, 36. Afterwards, I take the square root on both sides and I get x is equal to plus or minus 6. That would be your solution for this problem. This one, again, 6x squared equals 54. We divide both sides by 6. So we get x squared is equal to 9. And when I take the square root, I'm left with x is equal to plus or minus 3. Again, this being the final answer for this problem. Now here's where completing the square comes into play, which is what we did in the very first slide. So you can form a perfect square trinomial from x squared plus bx by adding the b over 2 squared, which is what we're going to be working on. So this one is what value completes the square for x squared minus 10x. Now the value that would always complete the square is going to be the b over 2 squared. Now, based on this, the first thing you want to do is you have this equation, and again, you want to make sure that that a is 1. In this case, it is, so we're good to go. We don't have a c, so for now, we're just working on finding the first step, which is finding the b over 2a. Your b is this negative 10. So you would do negative 10 over 2 squared. This is going to become negative 5 squared, which is 25. So you will be able to x squared minus 10x plus 25. Add a 25 to both sides of the equation. In this case, it's not an equation. We're just finding the b over 2 squared. And that will make it a perfect trinomial. For completing the square, it is honestly the easiest when your b is an even number, because when you divide it by 2, you get a whole number, which is ideal, which makes it easier. You can do it with other numbers, but with an even number is probably the easiest. Right now, this is what we're looking for. If you were to plug it into the equation, it would look like this. They want you to complete the square and find that third number that we had. The same thing we did for the previous problem. They want us to do it again, find that third number. That third number, again, is going to be b over 2 squared. First step is a equal to 1. In this case, it is. So we can move on and start grabbing the b over 2. Now, our b is negative 4, and then the over 2 squared. Now, the next step is negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2 squared. So that's going to give us 4 as the final answer. So 4 is the number that we're missing to complete the square. So we can do x squared minus 4x plus 4, and that would be the solution. Now again, they're just asking us to find the last number. First step, we look at a is 1, awesome, we can keep going. We're looking for the b over 2 squared. So it's going to be 10 over 2 squared. That's going to give us 5 squared. So 25. 25 is our solution here. If you were to plug it in, it would look like this. X squared plus 10x plus 25. So for this one, we look at a, that's equal to 1. We're going to look for our b over 2. That's going to be 2 over 2 squared. That's going to give us 1 squared, which equals to 1. So 1 is the number we're missing. If you were to plug it in, it would be x squared plus 2x plus 1. Now, these are the key concepts of completing the square. The first one is you're going to need to rewrite the equation into this form, which is what I mentioned in the very first slide. To do this, you're going to get all the terms with the variables on one side of the equation and the constants on the other side. You're going to divide all the terms of the equation by the coefficient of x0 if it is not 1. So again, the first step after moving it is, or the second step would be, is a equal to 1. That's what we have been doing. Then you would do completing the square by adding b over 2 squared to each side. So again, what we did, we're going to factor the trinomial, find the square roots, and then solve for x. So the same steps I went over in the first slide, here are just typed out. So let's solve this problem. So the first thing is we're going to combine everything that's not a variable. We're going to move it to the right side. So I'm just going to rewrite the equation first. I'm going to move the 4 over to the other side. So we're left with x squared plus 4x is equal to 21. Awesome. First step is done. Second step is A1. A is 1, so we can go ahead and keep going. Let's find our b over 2a. Sorry, our b over 2 squared. That's going to be 4 over 2 squared. That is 2 squared. So it's 4. I will add 4 on both sides. So the third, I think it was the third step. We add the b over 2 on both sides. So x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 21 plus 4. Now, I'm going to go ahead and FOIL out this problem. So the left side of the equation, we are going to FOIL. So we're looking for factors of 4. I'm going to do that in green right here. So factors of 4, we have 1 and 4 and 2 and 2. We want them to multiply to a positive number, so we're going to add them. So this is either plus or minus 5. This is either plus or minus 4. The one that works is 2 and 2. So I'm going to be left with the parentheses, x plus 2, x plus 2. And I'm going to combine the 21 and the 4 to get 25. Now, notice how x plus 2 and x plus 2 are the same. So I'm going to rewrite them into x plus 2 squared equals 25. I will then go ahead and go to step 4, or step, I don't even know what step I'm on. I think it's step 4. And take the square root on both sides. And I'm left with x plus 2 is equal to plus or minus 5. I will subtract the 2 on both sides. And I'm left right now with x is equal to plus or minus 5 minus 2. But you're going to have two answers. You're going to have x is equal, the first one being 5 minus 2, and the second being negative 5 minus 2. So your x is going to equal 3, and your x is going to equal negative 7. This one they're saying, how can you rewrite the equation x squared plus 12x plus 5 equals to 3? So the left side of the equation is in the form x plus a squared. So this is where completing the square, this is the question that completing the square is the only way for you to answer this. Because the left side, when you're completing the square, is x plus the b over 2 and then square. So we're going to do x squared plus 12x plus 5 is equal to 3. I'll subtract the 5 on both sides, and we get x squared plus 12x is equal to negative 2. Now, our a is 1, so we can keep going. I'm going to go ahead and find our b over 2 squared. That is 12 over 2 squared. That is 6 squared, which is 36. So I'm going to add 36 on both sides, and we're left with x squared plus 12x plus 36 is equal to negative 2 plus 36. I'm going to factor the left side of this problem, so I'm going to get x plus 6, x plus 6 equals 34. I can combine those two parentheses into x plus 6 squared equals to 34. Now, here is the equation that makes the problem true. We have it as x plus 6 squared, which is x plus a squared. Here is where we would stop for this problem. Now, I'm going to solve it all the way so you guys see all the steps, but that would be the satisfied answer for this problem. Now, if we keep going, I will take the square root, and we get x plus 6 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 34. Now, then I'll subtract 6 on both sides, and we get x is equal to plus or minus the square root of 34 minus 6. This, if we haven't covered how to simplify a radical, you guys can leave it in this form. When we cover that, you guys must simplify the radical. But as of right now, the answer would be the square root of 34 minus 6. Plus or minus, of course, for the square root. So the first thing I'm going to do is combine the like terms. So x squared plus 6x plus 9 is equal to 1. So I'll subtract the 9 on both sides to get x squared plus 6x is equal to negative 8. Now the second thing to check. Now I checked the a. The a is 1, so we can go ahead and keep going. We're going to look for the b over 2 squared. That's going to be 6 over 2 squared. That's 3 squared. So we get 9. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and add 9 on both sides. So we get x squared plus 6x plus 9 is equal to negative 8 plus 9. When you factor the left side, we're looking for factors of 9 that add up to 3. The factors of 9 are 1 and 9. 3 and 3. So 3 and 3 are the only ones that add up to 6, but multiply to 9. So I'm going to go ahead and send x plus 3. X plus 3 is equal to positive 1. I combine the negative 8 and the 9. I then go ahead and notice that x plus 3 is exactly the same. So I can go ahead and write x plus 3 squared is equal to 1. I'll take the square root on both sides and get x plus 3 is equal to plus or minus 1. I'll then subtract 3 on both sides, and I'm left with x is equal to plus or minus 1 minus 3. Now, you can't leave it like this because it's not a root. You actually have to add or subtract with that 1. So I'm going to write x is equal to 1 minus 3, and x is equal negative 1 minus 3. I'm left with x is equal to negative 2, and I'm left with x is equal to negative 4. So for this one, first things first, x squared plus 4x plus 2 is equal to 0. Let's move that 2 to the other side. So you're left with x squared plus 4x is equal to negative 2. Now, we notice that the a is equal to 1, so we can go ahead and do the b over 2 squared. So it's going to be 4 over 2 squared. This is going to be 2 squared, which is going to give us 4. So I'm going to add a 4 on both sides. So I'm going to get x squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to negative 2 plus 4. Now I have to factor the left side, and factors of 4 are 1 and 4, 2 and 2. That add up to 4. The only two options is 2 and 2. So we're going to be left with x plus 2, x plus 2. That's going to equal to 2. When I combined it, I'm going to combine the parentheses into x plus 2 squared is equal to 2. I'll then go ahead and add the square root on both sides. So I'm left with x plus 2 is equal to plus or minus root 2. I'll subtract 2 on both sides, and I'm left with the final answer of x is equal to plus or minus root 2 minus 2. Now, the reason I don't separate it into two answers is because I can't really separate root 2. It will be a very long irrational decimal. You can write it like this if you prefer to have it separate. But you do need to have both answers, the positive root 2 and the negative root 2. You can also write it as 1 as long as you put the plus or minus right in front of the root.